What's up guys, this is Noah from Vice Detail. Today I'm going to be showing you exactly how to get your car looking brand new again. The best part is that you can get this done under an hour. So the product we're going to be showcasing today is this one. It's going to be the Cerakote Ceramic Headlight Restoration Kit. I'm going to leave a link in the description of this product, but it looks like on Amazon they've updated some of the pictures and packaging, but I'm positive that the application is going to be exactly the same. So the first thing I see in the box is 2 pairs of black latex gloves. You guys are definitely going to want to put these guys on if you are going to be purchasing this kit. So the second thing I see in the package, these oxidation wipes. It brings about 8 of them. So there's 2 packages of 4. The third thing I see in the box here is a palm sander. It actually has some branding here. It says Cerakote ceramic coating. I'm not sure if you guys can see that, but it's very simple. It's a very nice, comfortable grip, and it has Velcro on this side. It brings 2 pairs of sanding discs, 2 green ones and 2 kind of burgundy red ones. And it's very simple. The colored side will attach to the Velcro like so, and then you can go to town with sanding. And the fourth item I see in the box is we have step 3. This is going to be the ceramic clear coating. It brings a total pack of 2. So 1 for each headlight. So there's one more item the instructions say you should have on hand just to complete this restoration, and that is a spray bottle of water. It didn't necessarily say distilled water. I'm going to use distilled water just to limit water spots and such, but you're definitely going to want a spray bottle here full of water just so it can help you with the wet sanding process. So I did notice there is kind of a typo in the instructions. It says that you're going to want to fasten the red disc to the surface prep pad, which we do have a red disc, but then if you read further down the line, it says you're going to want to attach a gray disc, which we don't have any gray discs. We only have green. So I'm going to guess it's a typo. They meant to write green, but we're going to figure this out together, guys. As you can tell, the car is pretty dirty. I'm not too worried about the exterior being dirty, but I do want to get these headlights here cleaned. So today we're going to be using rinseless in the Marolex sprayer. Today I'm going to be using Pheonix E.O.D Hydra. It doesn't really matter. I just need something to clean this right before we start sanding it. So we're just gonna get that done and speed this footage up for you guys. All right, so now that the surface is clean, we can follow it up with step 1 in the kit, which is going to be the oxidization remover wipes. We have 4 in a pack. I'm not sure if we're going to use all 4. We're just going to try it out. We're going to use 1, see how it goes. Once you see the yellowing is kind of not showing up anymore, that's when you know you're pretty much good to go to the step 2, which would be the sanding. I'm just going to be wiping down the surface with this. It seems like it does have a grit on one side of the wipe, so we're going to be using that on the surface and just wiping it down. So I'm using pretty hard pressure right now. I'm just trying to get as much of that oxidization out as possible. Pretty much what this is doing is having as clean of a surface as possible right before we get into sanding. I'm just going to do maybe 2-3 passes all over this headlight. The motion doesn't really matter whether you're going up and down or side to side. We're just trying to get full coverage here. You can definitely see all that oxidization on the wipe, which means we got to hit it with another pass, and we're just going to rinse and repeat until we stop seeing this yellow color show up on the wipes. I'm also going to be telling you guys, do as I say, not as I do. Probably needed a clay bar and a proper wash. There's some decontamination coming into the towel, but it's fine, whatever. So yeah. There's little to no oxidization left on the wipe, so I think we did a pretty good process. Let's move on to the next step. Read the instructions. It does say don't worry if your wipes are still yellow. In the next step, you will remove any remaining oxidization. So just like I was saying earlier, the sanding process is probably going to get rid of most of it anyways. So don't be too pressed that your wipe is still showing up yellow. It did remove a lot. As you can tell from the last wipe, it was very minimal. So now we're just going to get rid of the little minuscule amounts. If you are using microfiber towels, I would recommend you use like a cheaper towel, maybe a Dirty Job from THOR, or even like a Costco microfiber like the one I have here. So, because you're probably going to want to get rid of this because this is going to be full of that oxidization. All right, we're going to repeat it with the other headlight, and I'm going to kind of show you the difference of just the one step. All right, so as you guys can probably tell, this side is the one I worked on, and this is the one that still hasn't hit the oxidization wipes, the step 1. And you can see a drastic difference. The right side that we haven't done yet, it's going to be the same process. We're going to rinse it off with rinseless, make sure it's a clean surface, and then continue with the oxidization remover wipes. I'm just going to speed this up so you guys don't have to watch the whole thing, but it's pretty much rinse and repeat. All right, guys, now that the oxidation wipe procedure is completed, we're gonna take out our spray bottle. Right here, I have an IK sprayer. It doesn't really matter what sprayer you have, but just make sure you have some water. I use distilled water. I don't think the water matters either. We just need to wet the surface so that we can wet sand. We're not doing a dry sand. There's gonna be wet sand. So make sure the headlight is fully saturated with water, as well as your sanding disc. But now that we did step 1, step 2, very important, you're gonna wanna replace your gloves because those other gloves are full of the oxidation chemicals, and you don't wanna get that on the headlight once you're already sanding it. Next thing you're gonna wanna do, you're gonna wanna grab the red pad, the red sanding disc, and attach it to the Velcro. This is the palm sander they give you in the box. Just try to center it as best as possible. Give it a little pat, and so it's fully secure. And that's pretty much it. We're gonna wet the surface, sand it. Make sure you're going in one direction. Step 1 of sanding, I'm gonna go left to right. And then step 2, I'm gonna go up and down. It's very simple. The instructions say you should do it 2 to 3 minutes. Honestly, I'm just gonna go to town. I don't know if it's gonna be 2 to 3 minutes, but it doesn't matter too much. Just make sure you're not doing it for more than like 10 minutes. One other thing to note, guys, I did lift up the hood because we are getting into the sanding process, and you want to be extremely careful you don't get any of the corners of your body because you can definitely induce scratching. I'm just going to be very careful when I come around here. Once you get into these little intricate areas, you can always take off the pad and then just do it by hand. But these bigger areas, it's definitely going to be better if you use the palm grip. Once you see this milky type of substance come off of the car as you're sanding, that's a good sign. You're getting rid of that old plastic that's already destroyed from the UV rays. You're definitely going to want to spray some water every now and then just to make sure you don't have a dirty surface, and then spray your pad as well. We're gonna move on to the second sanding step. We're gonna use the green disc and then hit this up one more time. The last step we did left to right in sanding motions. This time we're gonna do it up and down. I did go over this with a dry towel, and then I went with a second towel just to completely make sure it's 100% dry, because we're about to do step 3. And this is pretty simple. You're gonna have one wipe inside of this step 3 packet. Just gonna want to open it up, put it directly on the headlight, and just go to town with wiping. And it should clear up that headlight pretty well. Once you get to the corners, you can kind of fold up the wipe, trying to get to all of the tight corners, and then just give it one more insurance wipe and you should be good to go. The headlight looks brand new if you ask me. So the instructions do say let it sit for about 60 minutes without getting any moisture. It also says if you do get it on the clear coat, it's not a big deal. Just go over it with a towel and it should be fine. See you guys inside the garage for a final word once I'm done cleaning the entire exterior, and you guys can get the full picture of exactly how much it transforms your car for $20. So as you guys can tell, I am not filming at the shop. I'm actually at my home. I wanted to test this product a little bit further just before I make the video. It has been about 3 to 4 weeks since the headlight restoration was done to my wife's car. I just wanted to show you guys exactly how it could look in about a month time frame after the application. So getting right into it, you guys can see the headlights are still looking basically brand new, just like right after we restorized the headlight. It does have some dirt and road film on the surface, but with a quick wash that will definitely come out. We're looking mostly at the headlights and the visibility as far as oxidization and fogginess altogether. I would definitely say that the headlight restoration kit from Cerakote removed 90% of the imperfections on the actual headlight from the UV. Cerakote headlight restoration kit is a banger, guys. It's extremely cost effective and it's extremely effective at that. It's also very easy to use. I feel like anybody could probably pick this product up and give it to their friend, their grandma, whoever. And as long as they read the instructions, it's only like 3 steps. Basically 4 if you include both standing steps, but it's very, very easy. You can get this done in under an hour, under $20. Basically make your car look brand new. Like, I'm starting to sound like a shill for the company, but honestly, I'm just so impressed. That'll do it for the video, guys. I appreciate each and every one of you guys for taking the time out of your day just to take a look at my videos, a Vice detail video. And it really means the world to me if you guys would leave a like or drop a comment down below. It really helps us in the algorithm, and we're really trying to grow this channel. If you guys have any sort of video suggestions, you want to see a product versus product, you want to see just about anything, just drop a comment down below. We're very open to any sort of video ideas. Other than that, I really appreciate each and every one of you guys, and I'll see you next time.